Today's Ask Me Anything goes out to Ellen Steiger, who says, have trouble to teach my dog to let go of the ball when I say out. She lets go of anything else on command except toys, especially her ball. So she knows the command. I try so many things. What have I missed? Well, first of all, more than likely, the reason the dog's not letting go of the ball or her toy because it's too high of a drive. It's too valuable of an object for her. So you haven't made the out clear when she's in drive, when she's excited. And that's not uncommon. It's extremely common for dogs because you say, you hold something really unattractive like a stick and they give the stick to you. You say out, give the stick, and then you give them a treat. Well, they prefer the treat over the stick. That's why they're outing the stick. The way I teach the ball let go, the out on the ball, is I have another ball that's the exact same color, size, shape, smell, and everything. And when they bring me this ball, I take the other ball and I start shaking it and I go out and I wave it and I dangle it and I make it super exciting and I energize it so that they know that the one they're holding is dead. It's not interesting, but the one here is moving. So they do out this and then I give them this. So you need to increase the value of what you're going to reward the dog with the out for until you teach it. Then, if the dog doesn't do it after that, you're going to need to insert a correction. And a correction will mean correcting the dog into the object. So if they're holding a tug or a ball, then I take the leash and I pull it forward into the ball. I have that on some of my videos. You should probably watch that and not just take my verbal oratory presentation of how to do it. You should probably see me doing it because it'll make a lot more sense. My 10-month-old Patterdale Staffy loves tug of war more than anything else. I can imagine. I've been told that I shouldn't engage or that there's certain rules, like never leave the tug you with the dog. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Or somehow that it will make them not respect your dominance or something. So first of all, it's nothing to do with dominance. It has to do with respect and a structure of leadership. You need to understand that Patterdale Staffy mix is not a good dog probably to play tug with because of the terrier in the dog, and it's probably going to be a dog that's going to get way too enraged. The drive is going to come way too high on the dog, and the dog's not going to be able to handle it, right? We do it with Shepherds, with Rottweilers, with Dobermans, with dogs that we use in protection dog sports and in some working dog sports as well. But we want to make sure that the dog understands the game. Shepherds are more likely to understand it. Some of the Mastiffs can understand it. I know that I've seen a lot of really good Mastiffs trained in protection, but if you're just playing it as a game and you have no idea, I highly recommend you don't play this game with your Patterdale Staffy mix. Even though he loves it, the reason he loves it because it's getting his juju up in his head and he's getting really riled up. And if you don't know how to shut it down, you're gonna have a problem with the dog, and I don't recommend you do that. I have trouble teaching my Border Collie to bring his ball to my hand. He tends to drop it. I can't motivate him with treats when his ball is around. He is highly focused on the ball anytime it is in sight. Food doesn't entice him at all, even his favorite treats. How do I motivate him to bring it to my hand when he's not food motivated? You're going to use the second ball. Watch my game on 2-ball, right? My video on 2-ball, the game 2-ball. And that is he's going to trade one ball for another. And it's in with my tug videos. It's in all my videos where I talk about using toys to train the dog. Now, a Border Collie is not really a dog that delivers things to hand. You're talking more of a retriever, like a golden retriever or a Labrador retriever. But maybe get the dog to bring it close to you and teach the dog a good hold and then teach the dog a solid out. And the way we teach the dog the out is we put the object in his mouth and use something in the beginning. I will tell you this. Use an inanimate object. Don't use a ball or a tug or a squeaky toy or something that brings a lot of drive into the dog. Use an inanimate object like a piece of a dowel, a piece of PVC pipe, something that doesn't matter to the dog, and get the dog to hold it, out it. I've got a great video on the hold on YouTube as well. So you should watch that video. There's also one in my membership section that's a lot longer. But you must teach the dog hold, out, reward. Hold, out, reward. And the dog must give it, right? There's no like, he's not really food motivated. He's going to be either food motivated or he's going to be correction motivated because he's got to give it out. But you can't correct the dog too hard because then the dog won't want to hold the object, and then you've got a whole another can of worms that you've got to unravel, and you don't want to do that. So I would really suggest you teach the dog a solid hold, a solid release with an inanimate object, something that doesn't trigger his drives and doesn't make him too crazy. You must get the dog to understand that, then teach the dog that he gives it to your hand. It's not hard to do this. You just have to focus on it. You have to be a little diligent in teaching the dog the structure. So the first thing is, and I like to put dogs on tables to teach us, put them on a table, hold this, give it to me. It's not that interesting, right? It's just a dowel. Give it to me, now hold this. Now give it to me, now here's a treat. Now hold that. And you start to exchange things for the dog. So the dog starts to learn that there is a series of things that happen. It's not just this boring 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 thing. Get the dog to understand that. You'll have a lot easier time training him, and you'll have a lot more fun with him. Got a question? Ask me anything.